Welcome to podcast from the Reflective Path, a space where we go beyond the surface and explore deeper truths about life, society, and the choices we make. I'm your host Shailendra, and today we're diving into a topic that shapes the very future of humanity: parenting in the age of crisis. What if the world your children inherit isn't one of growth, but survival? A world where floods replace farmlands, misinformation blurs reality, and conflicts turn neighbors into enemies. As parents, how do we prepare them for this reality? By the time your child turns 20, they'll be living in a world reshaped by climate disasters, resource shortages, and technological upheavals. The way you parent today could define not just their survival, but their contribution to humanity's future. So, whether you're sipping your coffee, on your daily commute, or winding down for the day, sit back, relax, and let's explore what it really means to raise children for the world ahead. Introduction: Why we need to rethink parenting. Parenting is one of the most difficult and longest running projects in human life. As Sadhguru once said, parenting is at a minimum a 20-year project. So think twice before you plan a family. So much has been written and said about parenting: books, blogs, podcasts, and expert opinions. But most of it focuses on individual success. How to raise high achievers, how to get your child into the best schools, how to set them up for a great career. But what if success alone isn't enough? Our children won't just need degrees and jobs. They will need resilience. They will need clarity in a world full of distractions, courage in a world of uncertainty, and a deep sense of responsibility towards the planet they're inheriting. The reality is, climate change is accelerating, AI is eating entire industries for breakfast, and global conflicts are escalating. As parents, it's no longer enough to shield children from reality. We must prepare them for it. So, in this episode, we will discuss how to raise children who are equipped for the world ahead. We'll explore rethinking education and what schools should really teach, the impact of food choices on health and the planet, how to guide children through the digital maze of social media and AI, teaching them history, philosophy, and mindfulness to develop awareness. Let's begin. Rethinking schooling. Traditional schooling teaches competition over cooperation, memorization over understanding, and conformity over curiosity. While academics matter, they alone won't prepare children for the changing world. What's missing? We need ecology, sustainability, and global awareness in education. Schools must teach climate literacy, how ecosystems work, how human actions impact the planet, and how to live sustainably. More field trips to nature, conservation projects, and sustainable farms, less to shopping malls and amusement parks. Encouraging collaboration over unhealthy competition, because the future will demand collective action, not individualism. We're running out of time. Our children can't afford to be blind to reality. Food and food habits. Did you know that animal agriculture is the second largest contributor to greenhouse gases? At the same time, science has linked red meat consumption to cancer, heart disease, and diabetes. Yet, most kids grow up without knowing where their food really comes from. Parents must educate kids on food production, its impact on the environment, and the benefits of a plant-based diet. Schools must teach gardening, composting, and mindful eating because conscious consumption starts early. Even China, one of the world's biggest meat consumers, has pledged to cut red meat consumption by 50% by 2030. If they see the urgency, why don't we? We cannot expect children to choose sustainable food habits unless we teach them how food affects both their bodies and the planet. Friends and the company they keep. Children absorb values from the company they keep. This includes friends, teachers, and family members. As parents, we must model the behaviors we want our children to adopt. Instead of telling kids to be kind, generous, or resilient, we must live these values ourselves. I never told my son to take up running, but after watching me train and complete marathons, he naturally gravitated towards it. Children do not learn from preaching, they learn from observation. If we want them to be kind, thoughtful, and responsible stewards of the planet, we must first embody those values ourselves. Navigating digital content and AI. Social media isn't just a distraction, it's an addiction engineered to exploit human psychology. Studies show that prolonged social media use increases anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem, particularly among teenagers. Yet most parents hand kids a smartphone without guidance. Curate their digital content. Limit social media, promote educational documentaries, and introduce them to books that inspire critical thinking. Teach them about misinformation and AI-driven manipulation. Help them spot deepfakes, biased content, and digital propaganda. Encourage real-world interactions over virtual ones, because childhood should be about exploration, curiosity, and human connection. If we don't educate them, the internet will, and it won't always have their best interest in mind. Global politics and history. Children should understand the world beyond their neighborhood. They must know how global politics and conflicts shape their future. They must learn history, not the whitewashed, selective versions, but the real, unfiltered truth. They must see themselves as global citizens, not just members of a single country or a tribe. Because history repeats itself only for those who don't learn from it. If our children do not understand power, policy, and conflict, they will be easily manipulated. Philosophy and meditation. Ancient gurukuls taught philosophy and mindfulness from a young age. Philosophy helps children ask better questions, challenge assumptions, and think critically. Meditation builds focus, emotional resilience, and inner clarity. Today's children are stressed, anxious, and overwhelmed. Introducing them to philosophy and meditation early gives them the tools to navigate life with wisdom. The strongest leaders are those who understand themselves first. Conclusion. Raising conscious human beings. Parenting in the 21st century isn't just about raising children. It's about shaping the future of humanity. Will we raise them for fleeting success or for lasting wisdom? Will we prepare them for the real world or keep them sheltered from it? Will they become mindless consumers or conscious stewards of the planet? The world your children inherit will reflect the values you teach them today. The question isn't whether change is possible, it's whether we're willing to lead that change starting at home. Until next time, take care and raise them wisely.